So you want to be a YouTuber. You want to be a content creator. You want to be able to just hit record, make a little video, upload it, and get money, right? You just want the easy life. All you gotta do is upload a video. It's no big deal. Anybody could do it. Man, I saw this guy and he just made a couple videos and he's making millions. That's what I want to do. So it's easy to be a YouTuber. It's easy to create videos. It's easier to grow an audience. It's easy to grow your personal brand. No, none of that's true. So in this video, I'm going to answer one of the most commonly asked questions I get from people when they hear that I have a YouTube channel. They want to know how. What can they do to create their own YouTube channel? I think the most common reaction I get from somebody when they hear that I have a YouTube channel is, oh man, well shoot, if you're doing that, I should make one too. So I agree, you probably should if that's something you want to do. But, and that's a big but, it's not as easy as you think. YouTube is the great equalizer. Anybody can do it. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter if you're upper class, middle class, lower class. It doesn't matter what religion you are. It doesn't matter your political view. I mean, nothing matters except you and your content. Anybody can do it. But it's not super easy. There's a lot to know. There's a lot to do. I spent a whole bunch of time watching videos from channels like vidIQ and Think Media, and they helped me a lot. Like, I have dozens and dozens of hours of watch time in those channels and other ones like it. Marcus Jones is another one that helped me out. There's a whole bunch of YouTube channels like how to become a YouTuber. And there's a lot of things you have to do. And it's not super easy, but it's not super hard either, as long as you understand the rules of the game and how it works. So there's some basics that you have to know to become a content creator. One of them is be friends with deer. Deer are your friends. The most important thing, anybody starting out, the most important thing is when to do it. So when do you start a YouTube channel? Well, the answer is right now. Right now, not tomorrow, because tomorrow will turn into another tomorrow and another tomorrow. And next thing you know, all these tomorrows have just piled on. It's been years. That's what I did. It took me years. I was filming stuff and I'd kind of casually edit, but I just never uploaded. I was worried about what people would think. I was worried about my friends and family and what people would say about it. The truth is, nobody cares. Honestly, they won't care. And your first video is going to be terrible and nobody will watch it and nobody will care. And your second video, the same thing. Nobody will care. Hey dear. Nobody will care about that one either. And you'll keep making videos and nobody will care and nobody will watch. That's just how it is. You don't have an audience and you're not good. Being good comes from experience and practice over and over and over again. So when you go to upload a first video, remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Don't worry about perfection because you're not going to get it perfect. You just won't. You're brand new. You can't. It can't be perfect. And there is no perfect video. So many new creators get stuck in analysis paralysis. And they're just analyzing, like, what should I do? And should I do edit and all this stuff? No. Just pull your phone out of your pocket, record a video and upload it. So about that, you don't need a fancy camera. Actually, right now, I'm recording this on my iPhone. I've recorded every one of my videos on my iPhone, except a few of them. I've tried to use other cameras like an Insta360, X4, I have a GoPro, and I just find them too difficult. And it's just easier. The deer are stalking me. I find it easier just to have one method of recording and just make it simple. So I have this cute little microphone. This is a $30 microphone from Amazon. I did buy a DJI mic too. It's like 200, 300 bucks, I can't remember. And I used it once and I couldn't quite figure it out and I lost audio. So I went back to my cheap little one and it works great. That's what I'm using right now. This is on a tripod I got off Amazon, 35 bucks. So my setup I use to film and edit everything, an iPhone, a cheap $30 microphone, a $35 tripod, and I edit on my iPhone. I know I should do better, but I'm still just a newbie, right? I've got a MagSafe magnetic mount that my dog chewed on this basic tripod. Why I like this tripod, for 35 bucks, it has a little level on it. See that? So if you go to a hill, you don't want your tripod sitting sideways, it'll fall over. So you loosen a leg, get your level about right, and there you go. Simple stuff. Keep it simple, stupid. So now you've got your first video done, right? And you've created your new channel and you've uploaded it. Your next video, find one thing to improve and make better. Maybe your editing, maybe your audio, maybe your camera, but I don't think you need to worry about cameras for a long time because your phone probably will work just fine. Mine does. But find something, improve something you say. Maybe your hook at the beginning. Stop saying, I probably am going to make a, work on your wording, work on your confidence, work on your camera personality. I still say and like a lot. I don't like public speaking. It's not my thing. That's not why I started a channel. I started a channel just because I wanted to make some side income, and I knew if I focused on it, I could. Something I didn't mention, you need to find a specific area. For example, my channel, Our Life in Trees. It's about our treehouse cabin. We bought a property in southeastern Oklahoma out by the Ouachita National Forest. We have big, beautiful trees, 100-foot pine trees. And we started off with a glamping tent and then a treehouse cabin. And that's what this channel was about. This channel was just for my friends and family. And then one day I decided to do a walk around of my cargo trailer camper conversion that Carrie and I had built. And it got thousands of views. My normal videos only got a few dozen, maybe a few hundred. But this one got a few thousand. And I'm like, oh, wow. Well, people like the cargo trailer. So I've learned that maybe what I wanted to make a channel on isn't what people are interested. Maybe there's other things people are interested that I could present. So that video was terrible. You can go in my history and look at my channel. You can find it and read through the comments. The comments are terrible. You moved the camera too fast. Looks like a great build, but I can't see what you did. You need to slow down. I can't hear you. You need a microphone. All that stuff. So it was a good learning experience for me. So I continued on with my treehouse stuff. And then one day I uploaded a video on my little Chinese mini excavator. All I did is I went out and I walked around it and I just talked about my mini excavator and why I bought it and how it works. That video now has over 600,000 views. And that's when I knew I found my niche. That video was on this little machine. It was just my 6-month review of my Chinese mini excavator. Is it worth buying? Well, I guess people thought it was, or at least they were curious about it. So I started doing lots more content on that. And what we call that in YouTube terms is YouTube archaeology. So you know how an archaeologist finds a place where they think there might be some bones or artifacts, and they dig a little over here, and they dig a little over there, and they just do all this digging all around. And when they find something like, oh, I found a bone, now they're going to hit that area, go all in on that area. They might still dig a little in the other places, but they're really going to focus on the one that was successful. Well, that's how YouTube is. So I was trying a little of this, a little of that. I did cabin tours, I did all this stuff. But when I hit my Chinese mini excavator, I got tons of views. So I started doing a whole bunch more videos on that. And then I was like, wow, if I bought a mini skid steer, there's barely any content on that. So if I get one of those, I can make my channel blow up. Well, how could I make it blow up with that? There's 3 main rules of having a successful channel on YouTube. Either be the first, or be the best, or be the most. So what that means is be the first one on that topic. If you're the first one, then you're getting all the views because you're the only one. You're the first, right? So keep hitting that. Or maybe there's other guys with videos out there, but yours are better. You're the best. You have the best videos in your niche. Or maybe you say, you know what? There's other guys with really great videos on this topic, and there's guys that have been doing it for a while, but I'm just going to keep hitting it and hitting it and hitting it and do the most. And if you do the most on that topic, you can win that way too. But those are the three main ways you can win at YouTube, especially as a new creator. So what I've done is I was the first. I'm going to be cocky now, according to the views though. I think I'm the best. And I keep uploading and uploading and uploading on this content, which makes it the most. And that's how I've been able to have such success in such a short period of time on YouTube. The first, the best, and the most. And that's what I've been doing. How was I the first? Well, nobody had one of these little Derette machines. I mean, there were a few out there, but I wasn't sure about them. So I really took a gamble that if I bought this machine, I'd be able to make my channel blow up. Well, I already bought my mini excavator and I got a loan through my credit union for that one. So I didn't have money to buy one of these, but I knew if I didn't jump on it quick, somebody else would get one and they'd be the first. And who knows, they could be the best. I'm not the best. I mean, there's no way I could be the best at something like this. So I knew I had to get it and I had to be the first. And if I was the first, I also could have the most. First and the most. And we'll work on best some other day. That's not really up to me. It's up to the viewers, right? It's up to you guys. So I put this machine on a credit card. I bought a ton of attachments. What attachments did I need for it? Well, none, because I didn't need the machine. I just bought it for YouTube. Do I want one? Yeah. Could I use it at my place? Yeah. But I didn't need one. So 2 credit cards, one with a $10,000 limit, one with an $8,000 limit, all in $18,000, 0% for 18 months. I'm like, all I got to do is make $1,000 a month and I'll have that paid for. So then I was really committed. So knowing that I bought that, I ordered it in April. Well, I made a video and I'm like, man, I look fat. Like I have man boobs and I have a big gut. Not that I have a tiny gut now, but I had a much bigger then. I'm down a couple inches in my waist. I'm down 25 pounds, I think, at this point. I stopped uploading last spring and I started going to the gym. Every morning, 5 a.m. I'd wake up, I'd go to the gym at 6 o'clock before I have to be at work at 7:30. So that's what I did for YouTube because I realized that all the big creators, they're not big, fat, overweight guys. They're not big, bad dad bod guys, right? So after a few months of that, I started feeling a lot better about myself and I thought I looked better on camera. So I'm going to start uploading again. I need to get ready because my new mini skid steer will be arriving from China soon. And when it comes, I'm going to make a video on ordering from China and then I will have that under my belt as well. A few other guys did it. I think mine was better. I don't know, views say so. Something I forgot to mention is I've always been clean shaven. My whole life I've been clean shaven. I've never really had a beard. I've never wanted a beard. But I had a little bit of scruff and I'm like, man, I think that looks better. If I'm going to do an outdoor YouTube channel, I bet I'd look better on camera if I grew a beard. So I did. This is for YouTube. Commitment. It's a life commitment. It's a lifestyle choice YouTube channel. I changed the way I was eating. I started eating chicken and rice and eating more healthy foods and cutting out a whole lot of sugars and fats and stuff. So I'm hitting the gym. I'm eating better. I grew a beard. And I started focusing on growing my channel. And I told my girlfriend at the time, who's now a fiance, because she gets me, that I'm going to grow this channel within a few years. I'm going to go full-time on YouTube. I know that sounds silly, but that's my plan. I was already monetized. I was making a few $100 a month, you know, $400 a month. But what could I do in a few years? I know it takes a few years to grow a channel, so that's the goal, right? So I said, I just need to focus for a year. I'm going to go all in. I'm going to upload 1 video a week, all of 2024, and we're going to see where the channel is. If the channel's growing by the end of 2024, I'm going to go all in, like all in, all in. Well, I already had done that. My appearance wasn't the way I wanted it on video. So diet and gym, beard, right? And then now time. I don't have time for anything anymore. I work a full-time job, 50, 60 hours a week. Working that many hours in the week, it doesn't leave a lot of time for YouTube, or does it? So for me, when I get home from work, it's YouTube. Whether it's replying to comments, replying to emails, editing a video. Maybe I run out to my shop and I film a video. I work on that every evening. And the weekends also. My weekends are for filming. I try to get as much filmed as I can in a weekend so I can edit throughout the week and I can get that uploaded. It's a lifestyle choice because I want to be successful, right? This is not a just occasional thing. If it's an occasional thing, we wouldn't be talking right now. I wouldn't be giving any advice on YouTube. So for me, it's an all-in investment and commitment of my time, my energy, my health, everything. So I ended up sleeping maybe 4 or 5 hours a night because YouTube, right? Because I'm all in. Because you got to be all in. Because it is a lifestyle choice. I carry a notepad in my back pocket and I carry a pen in my pocket. So when I come up with an idea, I write it down. Otherwise, I'm going to forget. And I'm hitting one video a week. And the videos are doing well. Well, what I think people would want to see is I need to pull my machines out and do a bunch of action. So after a few months, I'm looking through my most popular videos and I realize my most popular videos are me talking. Who in the world wants to hear me talk? I just don't understand. They want to see doing. They want to see some random homeowner learning how to use equipment, right? No, they want to hear how to use the equipment and how to operate it and my thoughts on it and where I bought it from and how I bought and all my experiences. They want to know that. And then I realized what I watch on YouTube, I don't watch people doing. When somebody's doing something, if they're using a mini excavator, and when the digging part, I fast forward through it, honestly. I just want to hear them talk about it. I want to hear their story. I want to connect with them. I mean, the big guys that I watch into automotive stuff like Stradman or Whistling Diesel or Cletus McFarland or Heavy D Sparks or any of those guys, or then Matt Carricker on Demolition Ranch, Off the Ranch, Fat Electrician, and all these other guys that I watch. You get to know them. Donut Operator's another one. You get to know these guys and you feel that you kind of have a relationship with them because you see them enough. And each one of these creators, they let you into their world. So you don't want to see some guy, hi, I have a mini skid steer and I ordered it from China. Let me show you. I'm going to work it now. You don't want to see that. You want to see somebody that's relatable, somebody you might like to hang out with or something like that. Like those are the guys I watch. I've got to try to act like I'm a nice guy here. But there's just a lot to it. Now the actual doing of it, so now I've talked about my story and kind of how I got into it and why I got into it. What I haven't said is how do you do it? So I have told you the 3 things that are important for a new YouTuber, right? I have told you that you need to have good audio and you don't have to buy a new camera. You can use your phone, right? Why is that? Are you willing to watch a video if it didn't have great quality? But are you willing to watch that same video if it didn't have good audio? If the audio was terrible, would you watch it? Let me give you an example. So if I made this exact same video and I didn't use my little microphone and I just used the microphone on my phone, this is what it'd sound like. Now remember, this plugs into my phone. This little mic that I clip onto my shirt, $30 on Amazon. Or otherwise you'll have this kind of audio. Now if I get close to it, now the audio is not bad and you can probably hear me a lot better. But the reality is you're probably going to be out here, and if I turn my back, now you can't even hear me anymore. So the microphone is a game changer because nobody's going to watch your video if they can't hear what you have to say, because that's what they want. They want to hear you. I turned my microphone back on. So see that difference? You've got to have a microphone. I could walk away, I can turn my back, and you're still going to know exactly what I'm saying. And that is a big deal. So if you're going to invest in anything, invest in a microphone. It doesn't have to be a good one. It can be a cheap one. So make sure you do that in your video. Make sure you have decent quality video. It doesn't have to be professional. So on that note, what a lot of people try to do is they try to over edit. Like, oh, I've got to spend a ton of time editing. And I did the same thing. And what I've learned through my own experience is the more I edit, the more time I spend, the more I want to make it perfect, right? But some of my best videos with the most views and the most watch hours are what you'd call under-edited. I don't do much editing on them. If you want to see a full-blown movie production, you'll go watch a movie. If you want to see some awesome show, great cinematographers, great editors, I mean, I'll flip on Netflix or watch one of the big, huge channels. But if I just want to see a guy that's relatable, I'd rather he film it on his phone, and I'd rather he use a cheap mic that I can hear him with, because people want real. So if I spend a whole bunch of time, look, making these cuts, and I put these cool transitions in, and I do all these wild effects, does that make the video better, or does that make it cheesy? I'll answer that. It makes it cheesy. It makes it to be, I would be a very bad cinematographer and a bad filmmaker. But if it's just a guy in his phone, I can be one of the best. And in my niche, I am one of the best. It's just a guy in his backyard with his phone. So my advice to you is don't over edit and don't overthink it. Pull out your phone and start filming. So another thing that's very key is lighting. So if you don't have your lighting right, your video is going to really suffer from it. Always make sure your lighting is correct. And you can see somebody's face, don't have backlit. And you know, a lot of YouTubers spend a lot of time making a little studio where they have proper lighting. I do my stuff pretty much outside. So use the sun to your advantage and make sure you always know where the sun is. It's really best to shoot on an overcast day, because then you don't have to worry about blinding sun and shadows. The sun is beautiful, but it can wreck a shot. Let me show you. See? Now you can see me better. Little things like that matter. And that's about as deep into cinematography as I'm going to go, because I don't think that matters for UGC or user-generated content. So another big thing when you're making your video, at the beginning, you need a hook. Well, what is a hook? Well, a hook is something when somebody starts to watch, you hook them and you make them stay and watch the video. I'm not the best with hooks. I don't know. I'm not really good with that. Some people use clickbaity titles or clickbaity thumbnails for that. I don't do that either. Mine's just real. So I probably could get more views if I had more clickbaity stuff, but I think you guys would rather have real and honest than clickbait nonsense. The hook. So in the beginning of this video, I didn't say, I'm going to tell you about YouTube and my YouTube journey and what I think you should do for YouTube. You start off with questions. Do you want to become a YouTuber? Do you want to make a pile of money? Is it easy? Do you think it's easy? Ask a bunch of questions. And maybe with some of your audience, they'll say, hey, well, that's the question I need to know the answer to. So I'm going to watch this video and find out. And that is an example of a hook. That's what I do, kind of lead into it. Like, for example, I get a few 100,000 views on an unboxing video on my new Derette V1000 mini skid steer. So I've got my crates on my trailer, and instead of saying, I just got my new V1000, I'm going to open it up and show you what it's like. I don't even tell you what it is for 2 minutes. It's not in the thumbnail, it's not in the title. I say, I have what may be the best Chinese mini skid steer ever made in this crate. And I have the coolest, most desirable attachments in these crates. And today, you and I are going to open them together. And I go into a little bit about the machine, but I don't even actually say what it is till later in the video. Why? Because that's how you get audience retention. And hopefully you're engaging enough and you have enough valuable information to give to your audience that they're still watching it by the time you say what it is. If you're not interesting and you're not engaging, your watch time is going to suffer. Even if you get the click and the view, they're not going to watch it. And if people don't watch your videos, what's the point of making the video, right? So that leads me to another point. You have to give your viewers value. Everything you do, it has to be valuable to them. Time is one of the most valuable resources that we have. And when people click on your video and they watch it, you're taking up their time. They can be doing other things, a lot of other things besides watch you. So whatever you're putting in that video, make sure it's worthwhile and valuable to your viewers. Don't throw out trash and just don't upload something just for the fun of it. So what I've been doing recently is I read through my comments when I have time, because there's thousands now. But as I read through them, I take note of questions that people have and things people say they want to see. And so I try to create videos like this one. A lot of people ask me, well, how do you do a YouTube channel? I want to start one too. And I watch a lot of you guys start them up, and man, microphone and sometimes camera. And sometimes it's just long and boring. And I'm like, man. So the way I normally speak isn't like this. You know, if I'm just having a conversation at home, it's like, yeah, I'm going to go out and film a video. But nobody would watch that. I mean, you guys don't want to see me say, yeah, so I started this YouTube channel and it's pretty cool and I'm going to help you guys out. No, you don't want to see that. You need to use some emphasis on your words. You need some excitement. You need some enthusiasm. So this is my YouTube voice. Because I don't want to watch just some random guy just like, YouTube's really neat. I want to see the guy that's walking around and telling a story. So I think it's boring just to sit in one place all the time. So you'll notice that I move the camera around a lot. And sometimes the shot might be a lot farther away. And in my editing software, I'll kind of zoom in on it and I'll have the camera look like it's following me. Even though it's not, it's just a big screen. My camera's on a tripod, but I zoom in and then I kind of follow me around, and it makes it more interesting. You have to keep people interested in watching the video. Nobody wants to see me out doing something. If I'm just out here doing stuff and it's zoomed way out and you're seeing the full picture, that's not very interesting. If I'm over here talking about this cool log, you can't even see the log unless I zoom in on it, and now you can see what I'm talking about. So in all things, keep your audience interested. See how I went from that wide shot and now I'm going to a much closer shot, and it kind of stays on me the whole time, but you see the background moves because I just went from zoomed way in to way far out. So one of the rules of new YouTubers, or YouTubers in general, never upload a video that your subscribers didn't subscribe to. So let me say that again. Never upload a video that your subscribers didn't subscribe to. So think about that. I'm not following that with this video necessarily. There's a cat. Random cat. See, again, phone's on the tripod, but I'm zooming into my editing software. Well, maybe we won't have mice. So my channel started off with treehouse, property of the woods, all that stuff, right? It's our life in trees. It's all about being outdoors and being in the trees. So I try not to do any videos inside because it's all outdoor stuff. Now I got into Chinese mini excavators and then Chinese mini skid steers. Kind of the same audience, right? So when I deviate from that, like I uploaded a video about me proposing to my girlfriend and now she's my fiance. That is not my niche and that is not part of what I do. But I felt in my personal life that was important for her and to just show other people just some stuff in my life. Just be real, you know? I mean, that's not our normal stuff. But I did film the intro sitting in my shop in front of all my machines because And I let everyone know off the get-go on that video, if you clicked on it, I'm going to show you a different side of me, and this is going to be a different kind of video. I don't normally do this. And the title wasn't clickbait, the thumbnail wasn't clickbait, you knew exactly what it was. So if you didn't want to watch it, you didn't need to watch it, and that's okay. And this one, this is a deviation from my norm. So I've not made one on being a YouTuber before. But a lot of you ask, and there's a lot of you guys that watch this channel that are starting your own channels, and I want to help you guys with your channels too. So one example of me deviating from my norm is I did a video about the tariffs on my Chinese machines. And that is by far my best video. It went viral. It went all over the world. It got picked up by big mainstream news in China. And that video is coming up on 2 million views, and I uploaded it a month ago. I had 1.5 million views, I think, in the first 2 weeks. Insane. So my core subscribers aren't a big fan of that. Some of them are, some of them aren't. So I have started dabbling in other things, doing my archaeology still. I'm still doing what I've always done, is I upload at least once a week a video on my machines, and that hasn't changed, but I'm adding in new things as well. So there's new people coming to the channel that weren't here before. It's all relevant, and I tie it all into the channel in some shape or fashion, and it's all around the niche, but maybe not exactly. Like, for example, a company sent me an e-bike, and I just uploaded a video on that not too long ago. Well, it's got nothing to do with what I do with these machines, but it does have to do with outdoor lifestyle, and it's something I wanted to do. So I tied it in by using my mini skid to bring the box, and my mini excavator to pull it out of the box. So it's kind of tied in, but not really. But I didn't make any excuses in the title. You knew exactly what it was. It said it's an e-bike. The thumbnail said it's an e-bike. So if you're not into e-bikes, don't click on it. Go watch something else. And that's okay. That is okay. So here's an example of lighting. It's getting dark outside, so I don't have light on my face. All these lights are behind me, so my face is really dark and it's not as entertaining. So if I just move my camera over here, now there's more light on my face. The hat ruins it too, so I could go like this, and then you could see me better, and that's more engaging, right? So always remember your lighting, remember your sound, remember your hook, remember to not upload videos that your subscribers didn't subscribe to, especially when you're a new channel, because if you only have a few subscribers, you could lose them. Make sure you have a hook. Make sure you upload things that people want to see, not necessarily what you want to create, because they are not always the same. Now, in a perfect world, you could find something that you really enjoy creating that people really want to see. And that is something I've kind of found, because I like playing with these machines. These are cool little toys to me. And I like little toys, and they're fun. So it's not what I originally planned to do. It just kind of fell into my lap, and here I am. And I've now made enough money to pay back the machines that I put on a credit card and I got a loan for. So it is working. I made enough money last month alone on YouTube to pay for this machine and a bunch of attachments for it. I'm not quite at the full 18 for last month, but I definitely went way past $10,000 in 1 month. So it is possible, and yes, you should do it. Yes, go for it, but there's a method, and it's strategic, and you can't just go out and buy a fancy camera and buy a fancy mic and buy all the fancy equipment and just upload videos, because nobody will care. So if you like this sort of stuff, if you want to see more, ask some questions in the comments. Give me some constructive criticism in the comments. I mean, all comments are good comments. So something I haven't mentioned is the YouTube algorithm, by the way. People talk about that. It is high tech, and it finds videos you want to see that you would be interested in. So go to your homepage of YouTube, you see channels you've never seen before, and you click on some of those because they're interesting to you, right? Because YouTube gets it. So every time you say, I'm making a video for the algorithm, I'm doing this for the algorithm, we'll take algorithm out and replace that word with audience. I'm doing this for my audience. I'm doing all of this stuff for my audience, and I'm going to upload a video for my audience. That's you. Because that is really what you're making these videos for. You're not worried about an algorithm. The algorithm just wants what will keep people on the YouTube platform the longest. And how does it do that? How do the videos do that? Because creators are creating content for their audience. So anyway, again, if you want to hear me ramble on about more stuff, feel free. If you want me to start writing scripts like you're supposed to do with YouTube, I can start doing that. I've never done that once, and I don't plan to start anytime soon. So again, thank you so much. If you like this sort of stuff, like and subscribe. I have had some people ask what I make on YouTube, and some sort of video I really do like watching is how much I made in my first year on YouTube kind of videos. And I'm thinking about doing one of those. I don't want to come across like I'm bragging, but I do want more people to start channels. I would really like to be able to help more YouTubers grow, and I would like to grow the creator economy. If we can make this the #1 platform for advertisers to go to, it'll help all of us. You know, if this was the platform and we're all making money and the companies are paying for advertising all these channels. I've never had a paid advertiser as of right now. I would love to get them, but I've only got like 42,000 subscribers, and I just feel I need more. And I don't ask. I did ask for 2 products. I asked Digger Lid if they do anything, and they sent me that. And I did contact WaySafe about the tongue weight hitch on the ambulance. And they sent me one of those too. And I do have affiliate links, so if you do buy those, I do get paid on that. Just like in the description, the Amazon links, I'm an Amazon associate, so I do get paid like 4% of whatever you buy after you click on my Amazon link. Even if you don't buy that product and buy something else within a set period of time after you click my link, I still get credit for it and get 4%. So that really helps the channel too. But anyway, I could go on and on and on and on and on. I probably, if I'm going to go on and on and on, I need to make more videos and kind of package them into a tighter little package for you. But anyway, thanks again for watching. It's time for me to pack it up. I've got work in the morning. And yeah, but as usual, hopefully this helped you out. Hopefully you found some value in this content. And besides that, enjoy your time outdoor in the trees and have yourself a great day. Because there's 3 main rules of having